Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, featuring today a 1 vs 1 on Les Angoville. Yes, indeed, Les Angoville. We shall be watching two players fight. It shall be Gopepsilive. Yes, indeed, none other than the Pepsi man himself, fighting for the 17th SS Panzergrenadier Division Kurz von Berlichingen. With the two pioneers, start Wehrmacht quarters in the right-hand side. So he's clearly, starting out right here on the right-hand side. He wants to focus here. Opposing him shall be Blackdolpin, or Blackdolpin, who knows? Also a 2 engineer start, and he's not so much focusing just on one side. It looks like, these engineers are going for both sides. Whereas Pepsi's, of course, moving up here, and that's certainly a strategy some Wehrmacht players like to do when they fight in the south, to basically try and fortify this, turn it into a small fortress. Of course, the problem is, if you first get caught in here, you can sort of find yourself in a bit of a hard spot to actually break out again, because there's not really much of a maneuver room or any sort of really large amounts of territory to sort of move out from. So there are some disadvantages, of course, to fighting from here. Generally, most Wehrmacht players tend to go for the western part. Yes, it's more open, but at the same time you do have a bit more maneuver space yourself. But in this case, Pepsi is going hard for the right side. Folk's going to score out as the first unit from his Wehrmacht quarters. What shall follow up shall, of course, be an interesting question. And there we go, the Y, of course, some players and also things note players tend to just lay down some tank traps here, a bit more difficult to deal with, can't be cut, and it will essentially block everything anyways from moving through here. But wiring off here to ensure that someone just doesn't rush into this building, of course, after cutting this point off. And again, this cutoff point is hugely sort of vulnerable. So again, a lot of players do, Wehrmacht players this, because Americans generally don't tend to have so much to worry about it. But again, they do tend to fortify this rather heavily. We're going up here, having secured one high munitions. He's going straight for the next one. Plus, of course, the high fuel. Also, a bit of sandbags here to protect against any immediate German counterattacks. Pioneers occupying the house, keep moving in. And we are seeing some riflemen. They could be trying to hit the flank. And, of course, another thing, making it a bit more difficult to fight for the Wehrmacht in the south. If you do focus here, there is a huge gap right here for any Wehrmacht player, where pretty much any allied player can just walk in and begin laying down demolition charges in your own goddamn base. So that is something you have to be rather careful about. Come on, Fraps. But Volkswagen is fighting off a Jeep Engineer combination. And there we go. Fraps all nice and hunky-dory again. Did a check disc. Apparently now everything is potentially fine. Though will be more maintenance work to sort of figure out and sort of hopefully permanently solve this, or semi-permanently anyways. But there we go, popping into the building. Of course, nice strong position to hold from, but of course also again provides line of sight, and of course ensures that you can't be so easily flanked. Mines there, just in case, and again that's another weakness of this spot. There's a huge great deal of weakness for the Wehrmacht in fighting from the south, but again, if they try to hit up, they will hit a mine. Some players also like to basically wire off like this, so if they try to enter here, they run into the MG42 bunker. Americans still gaining a good grasp on the west, also even a bit in the east. A bit difficult. He might want some mines up here and here. Jeep hanging about. Engineers waiting in north, no flamethrowers. And there we go, assault pushing in from the south. Could catch the Volkswagen on their own. MG42, in fact, guarding right there. And what shall be following up? A sniper, so the two Volkswagen MG sniper start for this Wehrmacht fellow. Perhaps not the most recommendable thing in this situation. Rather than going to hook up about there again. Going for the attempt. MG is waiting. Frap stabilizing again. Again, any apologies for technical difficulties. I do sincerely apologize. Rather than pushing in. And there we go. Trying to hit the house from several points. MG42 though not quite in range. Pepsi did push it too far back. Slight unfortunate right there. Probably would have faced spear from here. Pioneer's sort of a bit worried about this. Raven down here now, only suppressed, they can move again. Pioneer taking a few shots, but there we go. Raven getting suppressed, the heavy MG42 opens up, Volkswagen push in, and there we go, full retreat from it's nice, Blackdolpin's Riflemen, although Volkswagen here holding up, taking a bit of fire, Riflemen taking up, and well, not the best position. They can still hit a bit from the broadside plus this, but could be worse. I suppose the Volkswagen do end up taking away, and we do see a flamethrower squad moving in. I mean, question is, I mean, considering the sort of way he's going, perhaps, you know, this is simply not enough units to sort of really, you know, put up some good pressure on his opponent. We are seeing the sniper moving up. We're seeing the MG still left there. Several mines to sort of slow down any American advance. And we are seeing mines going down from Blackdolpin again as well to sort of counter any sort of German counterattack. Small pioneer squad moves up on the western flank. Volkskriegs waiting here. Might be an idea to retreat this squad. In fact, coming under a bit of fire there from the Jeep. Sniper also a bit far behind. Doesn't want to get too sort of in a situation where the Jeep could easily hunt him down. And not a bad idea. Mines going down there as well. Good mining from Pepsi though so far. Jeep here taking damage while being repaired by engineers. The Volkskriegs pull back. And we are seeing now a frontal assault by Blackdolpin. Sniper could get off a few good shots. Another Volkskriegs down. Jeep pushing in. Need to be careful with those pioneers not signaling there's a mine. That has definitely something you have to be careful about. Otherwise, of course, you'll just use the flamethrowers to basically just burn away the mines. Again, I mean, once you've laid down a mine, it usually helps to sort of move the pioneer elsewhere. Otherwise, I mean, you're going to be alerting your opponent to, oh, wait, there's a mine there. So that's important. Also, a bit of barbed wire earlier perhaps might have made a bit also an advantage for the Wehrmacht, you know, just slow down the opponent's advance, perhaps some heavy cover in a sort of way, so again there would be no real heavy cover for the opponent to take advantage of. Bit of quiet though, mines going down, MG pulling up a bit further. Engineers sneaking through south, could they be going for a break? We are seeing a Kriegbass going up at the same time, supply yard. So there's an armoured car clearly on the way, or perhaps some armour, but considering the map situation, I suspect more likely just an armoured car. And from Pepsi, probably going to be a pack and some grenadiers. Volkskriegs though inside the house getting caught a bit, but at the same time, they do have a good advantage over the riflemen, particularly the riflemen at rather low health. And there we go, one squad already pushed away, but the Volkskriegs do once more retreat, and so do the riflemen. And again, barbed wire though, barbed wire is your friend, perhaps a bit here, you know, sort of make it more difficult for the opponent to go in the most straightforward path he wants to take. And that, even that can actually be a huge thing for you to do. Half track on the way. That should be interesting. Going to probably try and hope he can reinforce his troops at the front that way. Plus, of course, one of light machine gun fire to support his glorious German infantry. He's probably going to need a pack second now. Snipers out on the Jeep. Doesn't really do a lot. A bit of wire down there. That is good. And a minesweeper just in case he sees any mines as well. Good thinking, Pepsi. Good thinking. And there we go. The pack on the way. Half-tag moving in. Going to run down those flamethrower engineers. Light machine gun tears into those poor fellows. Otherwise, I mean, we've not really heard a lot from Eurogamer. We've actually seen a bit, you know, from some actually taking pictures rather close up to show the screen. Apparently there'll be small unit descriptions, you know, following everything. Reinforced button looks like to actually be on the unit portrait. And, well, resources are the same. Not sure what else to really report so far. Volkskriegs could stick close to the half-track to get reinforced from it. Half-track moving in, probably try and force away those Americans from the cover. Also, there shall be a developer talk at Eurogamer with Relic and about cameos too. I mean, if I can get this up, of course, before, of course, I'll be sure to follow on Twitter where I'll be linking it. And, of course, on the channel comments anyways, you'll probably just follow there anyways. But still, you know, just in case I can get this up before it happens. Half-track moving about, though. Troops moving up to support the half-track, reinforcing from it. A bit of shots there from rifle, and there we go, another push up on the flank, and simply, I mean, here's the problem with this sort of strategy, the true Volkskriegs sniper MG strategy. This is really one of the sort of the main flaws of it. You simply don't have enough infantry to really cover anything. I mean, it rather requires a much more close focus, and again, it really has a lot of weaknesses where it sort of can easily end up getting outflanked and outbeaten if you're not careful. In particular with cell rifleman squads and deep and now an armoured car as well. And the sort of amount of force that Pepsi at the current moment can project is rather limited. There we go though. Half-track armoured car mine. Oh, managed to avoid the mine. That could have been huge though. Gunner killed on the half-track. Less good, less good. Pack opens up. Oh, misses the Jeep. Helmut, have you been drinking again? For heaven's sake, you're in the middle of a war. And there go Rifle charging in. Half-track trying to lay down the fire, but it might get knocked out. Pack moving up. MG, and again, note, this is sort of one of the problems fighting here. There's going to be huge congestion. Full Grenadier squad already down. Armor car taking heavy fire. Oh, this is just horrible. Definitely not working out very well. Mine goes off, only killing one in retreat. Oh dear. Also, medic bunker here would be nice, but again, I mean, this is rather the major issue with fighting from this, again, side as the Wehrmacht from the south. Again, you're just trying to have to defend here and move up. I mean, these 2 points really make it difficult for you to actually move things about, and you can, in fact, end up creating a nice artillery target. I mean, that is pretty important to understand.
Yes, sir. Grenadiers, listen up.
And already now we've just seen a full-scale squad get completely lost in that chaos. Definitely not an advantage. We're seeing now an anti-tank. I'm ready to try and deal, of course, with the armored camp. Probably any sort of half-track and any sort of, you know, German armor that might appear. But let's go have a look at Blackdolpin.
Looks like we fight today.
With 3 rifleman squads, 2 engineers, an armored car, an anti-tank gun, and a jeep. Jeep. Still, game is not completely up for the Germans already. Still, there are some concerns. Some concerns indeed. Question, of course, is what will Blackdolpin do now? He's already got infantry and he's got an artillery strike already lined up. Again, considering again this sort of closeness, this sort of density of Pepsi's defense in particular around this one spot he actually has to move about in. I mean, this could really prove to be a nasty thing. We are seeing a Goliath moving in to perhaps, you know, exploit anything trying to sort of move about there and blow it up to tiny bits and pieces. Riflemen pushing in, 3 squads. And we are seeing artillery going in right there on the pack. The full guys just need to retreat, leaving in fact a much shorter defense. Half-track taking a nasty hit. Riflemen getting hit by their own artillery and getting sniped. MG sort of cutting off one part of the assault. Grenadiers joining in. Some men of the 17th SS, the Volksdeutsche, from Hungary, I believe. Riflemen moving up on the western flank, going to outflank the MG42 in fact. And there we go, moving through again this rather congested point. Ooh, and there we go, the Riflemen do manage to get behind the MG. The Grenadiers though do a bit of damage, and so do the support gunners on the MG42. I mean, remember, while they do have the sort of MP40 of the Pioneers, I mean, it still does some damage. The problem is with the Pioneer MP40 and the MG42. MP40 is they're rather inaccurate until up to extremely close. I mean, if you move Riflemen up that close, I mean, they will actually do some damage. So that is rather vital to remember. Will there be any additional German infantry? In fact, now we're seeing a Sturm Armory, so he might not be getting any Grenadiers right away. And again, I think an earlier medic station might have helped. In fact, might have gotten him another Grenadier squad. At this stage, Pack quickly rushes onwards. Gopepsilive feels that French boldness to move forward. Half-track getting repaired. And again, this could also be nasty. I know, right next to one of your own mines. Again, be very careful about placing yourself to your own mines. If that mine goes off, you're the one that's going to take the damage. So that is rather vital to remember, I would argue. A bit of quiet though. In fact, let's just speed this up because clearly those both players are sort of waiting up, lining up for an assault. And there we go, moving in. Volkswagen once more hold up in that building. Again, experiencing rather heavy fire force in the way. Rifleman getting sniped. That sniper's so far been pretty good in keeping himself alive. Half-track needs to be recruited. Grenadiers, and there we go, another flank assault. Moving. Oh, the pack gets caught out in the open. The sniper actually rushes in. And we are seeing artillery right there on the congestion point, I think. Yes, indeed. And there we go. The mine goes off. And he lost the Grenadiers, I think. Sniper does make it out of that, but I mean, huge losses right there for Gopepsilive. And the pack got decrewed as well. I mean, really, again, be careful about such congestion points and moving them as your main sort of method of moving, in particular in this situation where it's really going to be in the sort of main line of battle. But also about placing your own units close to mines. Apparently the Grenadiers did not get killed, but that might have been the Volksgrenadiers, so that's another infantry loss. We are now seeing the medic bunker up, but again, I think that's a bit too late. And in particular now it's down to just one infantry squad. He has no pack either. because again he placed it too forward ahead. Goliath still hiding there. Armored car out. No Sturmgeschütz. Could be useful for Gopepsilive and the 17th, while Blackdolpin of the 2nd Infantry Division keeps fighting on.
What are my coordinates?
Now, of course, with 2 anti-tank guns to help sort of blunt any German armor that might decide to advance against them, to deal with those cracks with their own guns. Looks like Goliath might be moving in, and note. Never mind, I thought they might have been shooting. Yes, there we go. Actually shooting at the bocage to clear it out. And that's, of course, also getting a better chance of getting a shot at the medic bunker.
Sector being captured.
This could also prove to be advantage to Pepsi, because now he can move about a bit more easily. But at the same time, of course, now his medic bunker is going to be what you call a target. There's definitely some problems right here for Pepsi. He's actually making some minor movements towards the west again. Sturmgeschütz rolling in. A mortar could perhaps have been of nice help here. Grenadiers could in fact find themselves pushed away, and there we go. MG42 now opening up on the riflemen, getting a few killed. At the same time, up in the base of Blackdolpin, we are seeing the howitzer. Now an on-map howitzer to deliver on-map shells onto the heads of the on-map Germans. Goliath goes off. Oh, only killing 1 rifleman. What a waste. And there we go. A bit of artillery. German infantry will be forced away. Hitting the bocage. He might have been hoping to get the bunker, but the anti-tank guns did that, so that seems a bit... And things are starting to look a bit grim already for the 17th FS. This might have turned out to be the wrong start for Pepsi in this case, and the wrong part, in fact, of the map to fight from. And there we go, the sniper's actually running away. Lots of mines going down right there for Blackdolpin, although there's another mine by Pepsi, and apparently he's not reacting to it. Not sure why it even is placed there. But making a slow advance, and there we go, a full shift from Pepsi towards the west. Assault guns trundling through. Infantry moving forward in years, getting run off by the armored car leading the way. MG42s being pulled through. Sniper and a Nebelwerfer grenades up. And looks like the armored car might be going for a raid on the German base. Stu quickly has to react, and the Nebelwerfer gets uncovered. 50 caliber fire and 37mm guns blast away, threatening to murder the crew before they even fire a single rocket. Stu though moves in, and there we go. Already 1 crew member gone on the Nebelwerfer. Another one might go down soon, and there we go. Nebelwerfer decrewed. And he's going to call in artillery on it to finish off the job, to ensure the Nebelwerfer does not make it out there alive. And the Stug, dodges it. But that's not the second shot. Stug already heavily damaged. Wehrmacht quarters take the brunt of it. Panzerek gets the engine. Stug finishes the job, and we are seeing a huge assault going in right there from Blackdolpin. Bunker going down again. Armored car trying to keep the Americans bay. The MG42 too far removed. Sniper getting a few Americans as they advance. Mine goes off right there, getting the Jeep. Oh dear, what they finally got the Jeep was a mine long forgotten. And now the Pioneers hold up in a bunker, quickly forced out as flamethrowers moving in. The Nebelwerfer is actually still there, and there's another Stug, so he could still recruit that. But again, he's lacking in infantry. He's lacking in the core thing to shoot up Americans with. Infantry. Die mächtige Lancer, or Panzergrenadier. Armored car, they're doing a bit of damage. Anti-tank and flamethrowers. MG's doing what they can. Sturm Armory taking the brunt of the American artillery storm. And there we go, the rifle up on the other flank, getting suppressed, getting murdered. Another Stug moving in. Sniper keeps sniping, and he gets the anti-tank gun crew. He could recruit, in fact, a turn against civil American invaders. It's the name of the father. And there we go, full retreat from Blackdolpin. And I mean, switching from one side has definitely done. Gopepsilive a bit on advantage now. Other Stug getting repaired. Probably some more infantry on the way. Again, he needs something to crew that Nebelwerfer grenadiers moving up here, doing a bit of work. He could also, of course, salvage this one for munitions. Let's go look at Gopepsilive and speed it up again, just in case more little fun problems arrive. We need to get a bit farther without them happening. But at least things look a bit more regular now with the slightly more regular issues. Artillery going in, and there we go. The American waves surges forwards once more. Riflemen, engineers, and a new anti-tank. And no, that's the old one. He's not bothering recruiting the old one, or this one. He's just going to wreck it. And he's not even bothered selling the half-track for munitions. No doctrine for him either. Nebelwerfer fire, perhaps trying to stop the American advance. And there we go. Riflemen getting suppressed by the now recruited Nebelwerfer, crewed by stoic grenadiers. Armored cars trying to keep the flanks clear. Sniper sneakily moves up. And the Americans advance through the inferno delivered by the fog thrower. Now we got a bit more damage, and engineer squad goes down. The minesweepers, in fact. Anti-tank gun takes a hit. Stooks blast away in the hopes of getting some Americans. So far, not much luck. American infantry keeps pushing, and there we go. Artillery strike on the MG42. Will there be time for another Nebelwerfer strike? Kampfkraft center is up. Another armored car rolls out from the Sturm Armory. Nebelwerfer getting repaired, that is good. At the same time, the Grenadiers are in fact not on the western front, they're on the east. They're quickly pushing up, trying to take away territory from Blackdolpin. Not necessarily a bad idea, although I think one of the squads might benefit from an LMG, sort of deal with the American infantry. At the same time, no tank there up, but we are seeing a weapon support center. We might be seeing a counter sniper out. In fact, we do.
We have lost a unit.
And the Grenadier squad went down. I fear. Oh, that was the ones with the Panzerschreck. Oh dear, the Panzerschreck there was left behind. But the dangers of American artillery. And one of the primary reasons I always think a German player should have a medic bunker up, because again, there's so much, for example, from the American arsenal that can pretty much instantly evaporate a German squad. So again, medic bunkers in that sense are vital, because otherwise you might find yourself much too quickly drained. It's about all those strategic countermeasures. Riflemen though coming in under fire from the armored car on the west. Veterans are on the way first for the armored cars to give the veterans one, and of course they benefit this from it nicely. 25% less damage. Nebelwerfer's raking down. Oh, gets the pack with several shots. The crowd pack quickly gets pulled away by its American crew. No additional grenadiers. No counter movement in the east, although we might be seeing something new from Blackdolpin. Another armored car out. Fascinating. Interesting enough, I mean, I think Gopepsilive could be a bit more aggressive now, but again, he's also lacking in infantry, so that might be what's rather sort of limiting him. Otherwise, I mean, he might be able to do a bit of damage over here. You know, range in with the armored cars, do a bit of damage, do a bit of reconnaissance, try to sort of find some weak spots and, you know, take advantage of it, but rather seems like, again, Pepsi's playing a much more defensive game. Overall, no Goliath ready. Ben moves in. Oh, nice hit on the Grenadiers, down to half health already. They do have the Panzerschreck picked up, which is something, I suppose. Bunker up, probably going to be a repair bunker to help sort of, again, you know, minimize management needed on the vehicles and armor. Let's just speed up. Again, until we get another engagement. Again, basically, again,
losing territory.
Overall, a bit more stable than it was previously, at least yesterday when it was worse. Snipers moving in, and they pretend not to see each other, but who will drop the first? And there we go! Oh, that naughty, not nerdy, but I suppose it could also be a nerd. Greetings to the latest issues of Superman. But there we go, Grenadiers coming under fire from the Greyhound. The Greyhound doing quite nicely, but again, a nice little victory there for Go Pepsi. Sniper definitely earned himself in by now, if he didn't, or if he hadn't already. Goliath moving in, gets 3 riflemen. That's a bit unfortunate, probably due to the veterancy, which again gives him a chance to sort of dodge well basically everything.
Base is under enemy fire. Maschinengewehr ready!
More artillery against the German base. Troops could risk getting hit, and we are seeing another Grenadier squad out, by the way. 7 command points. Of course, he could go terror and try and to basically just drop a V1 right here. I mean, well placed, that could really do a lot of damage and could in fact put back Blackdolpin even further after that sniper. But again, he's also expending a lot of munitions, a lot of things, another Panzerschreck in fact. So that would be a bit more of a dubious possibility. But I think could work. And you also might want to actually support his infantry up here with some armor. The veterans, you want up for the armor. giving the Sturmgeschütz a bit tougher surface. Panzerek hitting the armor car. Another one ready. Could the Greyhound go down? Will it happen? At the same time the response is out, we are seeing Rangers now equipped with the Thompson submachine gun, the Tommy gun, although quickly getting stopped by the German MG42. Quickly putting a stop to any sort of nonsense with that. Nebelwerfer fire here. Not really hitting anything in this case, but the engineers do suffer, and another engineer squad vanishes before the armored cars, the Schwerer Panzerspielwagen. But Blackdolpin keeps pushing in the west. He's not letting up with the pressure. That is good. That is very good, going in for the victory point. Rather than taking a bit of damage from the armored car. Anti-tank gun advances, and we are hearing more artillery. Though where is the question? Against here. Hoping to eliminate any German defenders stuck in amongst the farmhouses. In this case there are none. And let's just speed this up again. My apologies, but just want to be sure until I get into a slightly more safe. So there we go, lining up, and no, again, Pepsi seems awfully passive this match. But there we go, pushing forwards, catching the pack with his grenadiers, killing the crew, teaching them what happens when you steal German war equipment. You get shot by a German. At the same time, the MG4 is left behind. Placement does allow to stop one rifle squad, but the armor car and the MGs moving in. Not a lot of support, and again, the armor car will probably see this Schwer's MG40 run off. There's no grenadiers, there's no Stug to even provide the minus of support. Going in for the cutoff point. Looks like he's managed to pull away, and he's going for the left-hand side. I mean, again, had he gone for the right-hand side, I believe he could have gotten a V1 by now and knocked out this howitzer, which again, I think really could have done a lot for Pepsi in this fight. I mean, sometimes the key is not to go straight for the King Tiger. Sometimes a V1 rocket or a Firestorm can do the trick. And again, if you could get the V1 rocket on the howitzer, perhaps also knocking out the triage sensor next by, he could really do a lot of damage to this course of the 2nd Infantry Division. Nebelwerfer fire, they're going in probably against the right-hand side. Panzerek in the base, and we could probably see some artillery grenadiers rushing into the bunker for safety. Hits the rear of the armored car, Veterans 1. Looks to be making good progress in the west. Rangers moving up, armored car moving up. Bazookas range in on the Sturm Armory, doing nasty damage. A swift propaganda war, though, sees the Rangers retreating most swiftly to save the Sturm Armory from an unfortunate early end. And he's actually got quite a bit of manpower to use. Although Pepsi is, of course, quick to sort of begin repairing. That is good. 3 grenadier squads, almost all with the Panzerek. Grenadiers are suffering a bit. Mines from Blackdolpin, as Blackdolpin also pushes in there. Armor cars moving in to cut down the advancing rifle and tearing through them with auto cannon fire. Doing a nasty bit of damage, and Pepsi could be close to a King Tiger, the Königstiger, and let us return to Blackdolpin, who's floating 1,000 manpower. What's going on here? Is he hoping for an off-map combat group? I do think that's a bit excessive. And he's already got both supply upgrades, so I can't use it on that. I mean, he could get another rifle squad. He's already getting an anti-tank gun, but I mean, goodness gracious. Rather shows, I mean, the sort of unfortunate position Pepsi has placed himself in, I think. When his opponent... But again, Pepsi's also floating manpower. I mean, they're both floating manpower, perhaps less grand. Stug, MG42 moving forwards. Greyhound moving in, catching some grenadiers. Alongside some rifle, the rifle though do suffer loss as they retreat into the building. And there we go. Finally, a Stug moves up on the right-hand side. Gets an engineer, but no. On the armored car. Rifle though still hold up, still a target. Bit of a dart right there. An additional grenadier squad out for Gopepsilive. And the Rangers charge in. A nice target right here for an artillery strike. So no fire as of yet. Rangers moving up, blasting out the Sturmgeschütz. Their rockets failing to penetrate their 22 up for the German infantry, making a bit tougher. That's good. That is good indeed. The Rangers, oh no, mind now, they are suppressed. Panzer rockets from bazookas fly, and a grenade on the Grenadiers. Ooh, not quite killing. Grenadiers are tough enough to survive one pineapple grenade, but Fultz Grenadiers will be killed by one grenade. Which also means that they're really close to clumped up. You can actually end up losing a lot of Fultz Grenadiers. It's not until you actually get them to veterans free that Fultz Grenadiers really have a proper chance of surviving a grenade. Grenadiers still hoping to perhaps get that armoured car. Stu could move in, turned up, and another squad needs to retreat.
We're losing a munitions point.
Will Pepsi be able to stabilise the front line? Looks like it. Looks like it. Stug moves up. Following the advance.
Battalion reinforcements standing by.
And there we go. The off-map combat arrives. 2 more rifleman squads adding to the horde. And 2 tank destroyers already equipped with 50 calibers. This is definitely going to be a problem for Pepsi. In particular now that he's actually split up his assault guns. And he doesn't have an anti-tank gun because he decided that those needed wrecking. Then he is trying to go for the cutoff point, needs to retreat. Tank destroyers rolling in. The armored cars are not prepared to stop this. They have not been upgraded with a 15mm gun at the very least. Stug takes a nasty hit. Then he is moving up with a Panzerjäger, but will it be enough? Will it be enough to halt the advance of the Hellcats? Nice hit by the Panzerjäger. Stug also gets off another one. Other Stug moving in. Grenadiers rushing in with all the Panzerjägers they can muster. At the same time, a swift assault in the east by the Americans, and the MG-42 is caught trying to take territory and is quickly retreated. Nebelwerfer fire though, firing towards the west. Oh dear. Definitely not looking well for the Germans. Stug moves forward now, Veteran T2, gaining a health bonus and an MG on the top. That is good. That is very good. Rifleman getting a bit hit there, but no, so far not suppressed. The cover does provide a bit of protection. Armored car rolls in. Grenadier Pioneers couldn't really help. And the Grenadiers push up here. All of it clumped up. Could get hit by a artillery strike. Rifleman Hellcat counterattacks. Greyhound getting forced away by the Stug. Armored car swinging down here to get repaired. And an MG bunker up to protect. And we are seeing, in fact, a rifleman squad dropping 2 BARs as it gets annihilated by the MG. Artillery getting called in somewhere right on the German base. The Wehrmacht quarter already gone. He's still floating 1,000 manpower. Again, I think he's trying to basically just survive through off-map combat groups.
Enemy stands at 300 points.
Stug left on its own as riflemen move up. Where's the second Stug? Where's the support? Where's at least an anti-tank gun? Hellcat out of control. Sticky bomb on the Sturmgeschütz. Might be the end. And it is. Gaining the Metron Z1. Where were the armored cars when they were needed? Or an LMG for that matter, or a heavy machine gun, anything. Second one moving in. Another off-map combat group, giving this time machine guns, mortars, an anti-tank gun, and some riflemen. Hurrah, huzzah, and all that. Victory points are draining down for the Germans. The 17th SS are not really having the best fight right today.
Enemy unit.
And a King Tiger has been sent in. The Schwerer Panzer is ready to crush the armies, or is it? And he's getting stopped by the MG-42, still positioned here. Needs to be careful with this Nebelwerfer. He needs to constantly move about rather risk counter-artillery fire, though so far the artillery is hitting everywhere else. King Tiger advances. 1 kill to his name so far, and nice hit. 2 riflemen's lives are snuffed out by the high explosive shell. BARs picked up by the Grenadiers, definitely increasing their firepower. That is excellent. Ram getting hunted down, suffering losses. King Tiger advances. This could be a slight turnaround right there for Pepsi. And artillery going in. Main gun destroyed.
Hitting one of our forward emplacements. Trying to take our
And artillery going down on the MG bunker. The Widerstandneste. Mortar rounds falling in. And the 30 caliber opens up on the Grenadiers, threatening to suppress them. And there we go. 2 squads already down on the ground. King Tiger, who does his best to stop that 30 caliber. At the same time, a nice push up here, forcing away the Nebelwerfer and the MG42. King Tiger, though, continues its stoic advance. The Grenadiers themselves are now rushed away. And the Nebelwerfer got decrewed once more. Not an unsurprising development. And the King Tiger speedily, as it can, tries to escape the American front lines and pull back to slightly more safe territory. Grenadiers retreating. Oh, if only some artillery were to happen here, that would be terrible for Pepsi. Move the Grenadiers! No, we are seeing fire against the repair bunker. Another squad apparently went down, or perhaps the armored car, I don't know. Something was lost. And there we go, the Rangers getting exposed to a rather severe fire as they do try to make the retreat. The Grenadiers pushing forward once more. Not even full retreat, probably due to the King Tiger again draining manpower for a bit of a while. Stuck rather forward for some reason. Armor cars moving up there, shielding the Grenadiers as they advance, trying to force away the Americans from their house.
Demo charges have made it to the field of
Demo charges up. Still no real armor though, but lots of tank resources getting called in from off-map support units. Rather than suppressed by that MG42 bunker and rushed off. And again, Pepsi seems to be going for the cut-off points. I do think he might want to consider actually getting just a Panzer command and getting some Panzers, then really sort of try to take the fight, but also just, you know, basically considering a V1 rocket to really knock out this house, to sort of lay down the pressure in that sense. More artillery, they're getting called in. Question is where? On the victory point and getting a Grenadier squad, I wager. King Tiger moving in to deal with the rifle on the flank. Nice hit, getting all but two. Cut-off point once more secure, but the Grenadiers getting rushed off. Rifle, in fact, holding off. Then we are seeing artillery support driving away the armoured cars. Great use of the howitzer. Rifle moving forwards. And the 30 caliber supporting the advance, keeping the defenders' heads down. And back to the fighting. Blackdolpin and the 2nd Infantry Division still takes on the mighty 17th SS, or well, in this case, less than mighty 17th SS, although not necessarily mighty. Had problems, didn't actually get enough of training time before the Allies attacked in Normandy, and was actually lacking in several parts of the equipment area, which rather led to the result there was a Panzer Grenadier Division in which several of the battalions were mounted on bicycles. Yes, indeed, bicycles. Granted, I mean, that was not planned. In fact, there was one Luftwaffe field division, I think two, in fact, that was sort of based on being sort of bicycle assault divisions or something like that. Yeah, no, it's a bit curious, but yeah, they would sort of be like, yes, you'll be mounted on bicycles and be able to react quickly, man. Yes, of course, makes sense. Damn you, Goering. But good there, salvaging. Speeding up again. Back to Pepsi. Bit of artillery, rifle slowly advancing, of wiring up again, though that's not a bad idea. Whoops, sorry. Grenadiers suffering back, but they have veterancy 3, thus gaining the full toughness. Grenadiers keep fighting, although they are quickly getting outnumbered. Even veterancy 3 won't save them against that. Even in fact, one man goes down. Further pushing up here, but I do believe we are having an American sniper out again versus Rangers, 30 calibers, everything else. This is definitely looking less than good. Grenadiers continue to retreat. Armored cars doing a bit of blasting, keeping one flank clear. The King Tiger not quite ready though, with 16 kills. Repair bunker up again. In fact, looks like he's set up 2. Not going unusual. Again, also something that besides, you know, just repairing and constantly providing free pioneers to do so, again, also frees you up from mentally sort of having to allocate, you know, space to sort of constantly manage that. So that, of course, is another advantage of it. The rifle, though, keep pushing on the east. The rifle, MG42 left behind to basically cover that victory point. Still not really the strongest. I suppose there's still a chance for Pepsi to make a solid counterattack. And now we are, in fact, seeing the Reich headquarters leading on towards the Panzer Command, the battle phase. And the armoured car rushes straight into the line of fire of the anti-tank gun. Perhaps not the brightest frontal assault. He could risk losing both armoured cars, but so far they seem to be dodging all fire. But there we go, 30 caliber opening up. Could we see? Yes, armor-piercing rounds tearing through the hull of the armoured car. Doing an awful lot of damage. Engine damaged. And the 30 caliber actually gets the armoured car. No. Not sure what did then. Though I think actually it is. Never mind. Bazooka's moving in, and the armoured car might not make it out there alive. Main gun destroyed. The 30 caliber still standing. The anti-tank gun though down. King Tiger advancing. There might have been a breach, but sadly Pepsi does not have the forces to exploit this. He has no infantry to follow up with. And only a Stuke. And another armoured car down. This is... oh dear, Pepsi. This could prove to be the ending because he just expended a lot of resources on an assault he can't really sort of take advantage of. Again, he only got the anti-tank, and except for one, he got completely destroyed. The other one's quickly getting recruited. And he's not taking any terror. He's just lost another Pioneer squad. Sticky Bomb on the King Tiger. Shots ringing against the front. Damaged engine from the Sticky Bombs. Rangers moving up. Anti-tank guns hammering away. And the anti-tank gun, though, gets wrecked by the mighty King Tiger. But at what cost in the end? Engine heavily damaged. Ranger squad taking heavy losses. Bazooka dropped. Another armoured car. In fact, he's just getting more armoured cars. The 3 gun is, I suppose, enough. Now making a good progress in the east. But there we go. Artillery again proving to be a problem, to be the bane of Pepsi's forces and its infantry more specifically. Again, I'm convinced if he could have gotten that howitzer a bit earlier, he might be doing a lot better. Plus, of course, the proximity to the Trier Center might have also gotten the Trier Center in, you know, the V1 rocket's explosion as well. Pioneers forced away. King Tiger getting repaired by all the mighty Pioneers and the anti-tank gun. It seems like flying away, no?
The enemy advances.
I'm getting stopped. And oh, mortar! He's basically hammering it with mortar fire. That's good. Another propaganda war. Again, I think he should be salvaging up for something like, say, a V1 rocket to get that damn howitzer. That damn howitzer is his main problem at the moment, I think. But Chinese was able to turn things around with all those, against all those off-map combat groups. That is something. But I don't think he was able to, in some cases, actually get the full amount of bang for his buck. I'm getting stopped by the MG42, getting suppressed. Getting murdered. The Grenadiers heroically manning that heavy machine gun, tearing through those unfortunate riflemen. And a grenade! No! He cancels, he runs! He could be losing a rifleman squad. And... come on! Yes, got a rifleman squad down, but the assault continues in the west. Sniper opening, anti-tank gun down again. The anti-tankers are just getting wrecked. Mortar, sniper fire, rifleman fire. Grenadiers going down again. An LMG, I think, could have helped them a bit. And again, I think saying the propaganda war for this might have been better as well. King Tiger, though, continues to fire. Grenadiers taking heavy losses. Ram getting forced away. King Tiger needs to advance against. There's nothing to really stop it. There's no anti-tank assets. Armor car rolls in. Both moves in. Grenadiers forced away. Has to be careful. Don't get within range of the riflemen. Oh dear, Pepsi getting them sticky bombed, and he's finding away the mortar, not the heavy sniper. Now it's too late though. Sniper escapes. No, he doesn't. Never mind. Silly Dane. And now the riflemen themselves are finding themselves turned to minced meat. Though again, veterans he won for the heavy machine gun. All he's done has been knocking out armored cars again. Do not underestimate armor-piercing rounds versus German vehicles. They can actually do quite nicely. Stuke rolls forward. King Tiger follows up. This could be the turnaround. This could be what Pepsi's looked for in this battle of attrition, this slaughter.
Our opponent has 200 points.
And there we go. Heavy machine gun down. Mortar rounds falling. If only he had an off-map combat group.
We have a V1 ready.
V1 rocket ready. And a tree gets blown up. Damn that crap tree. But again, Blackdolpin simply shifts. Again, don't attack into where your opponent is strongest. Attack where he is weakest and force him to shift his forces. Again, the essence of Blitzkrieg, the essence of good strategy to an extent. Of course, although someone also tried to sort of say, you know, go for the strong point and crush that, which of course is also viable. But, you know, sometimes when you're not the strongest, you know, going for the weak point tends to be the best. Destroying more anti-tank guns. Nice push up here on the right flank. Another propaganda wall, doesn't seem to do much. Still no attempt at getting that howitzer. BAR left behind, not picked up. Oh, never mind, those cannoneers can't pick more up. They've already got 2 BARs and a Panzerschreck. Rather than pick it up again. And flanking up. Ooh, MG42 slightly forced away. More cannoneers sneaking up behind. Rangers charging in. Grenade. Not doing quite enough. Again, with veterans free, they do become slightly less vulnerable because, again, due to the health bonus. German armor not moving away. Standing watch. Slowly blowing up, hacking away at the American base. Grenade on the MG42. Big bit of damage. Panzer Command is up. Ritterkreuz Infantry, the elite of the 17th SS, probably drawn from, you know, the sort of original core, and which was rather usually how the SS divisions were formed. They would find veterans from another one of the original SS divisions usually, and then use that to sort of form a new SS division. In this case, I imagine the Knights Cross represent that. But for example, the men of the 12th SS had at their core officers and NCOs from the 1st SS Leibstandarte. Knights Cross going in at the Rangers, tearing through them. Rangers quickly forced away. Raven also needs to get away. King Tiger and Stug taking a bit of damage. Blackdolpin is in trouble. A lot of trouble, in fact. And there we go, off-map combat group. Oh, not so strong. Still can do something. Armored car, tank destroyer, and heavy machine gun. Again, moving towards where he is weakest. And clearly, at this moment, only an MG42, a Pioneer squad, some Knights Cross, and an armored car. And there we go, rushing into the American one, and the Hellcat, the Greyhound, and the Hellcat, cat and dog, fighting together against the Hun fight. Or foe, or whatever. Hellcat going to make short work of that, though. Panzerschrecks arrive. Hellcat needs to get away. The Greyhound might have been needed for assistance. Mortar right there could be recruited, by the way. Hellcat gone. 30 caliber firing away to support, and we are seeing another mortar up, by the way. Destroyed engine. The 50 caliber, though, still firing away. Rather than getting suppressed by the MG. Let us return to Blackdolpin. His resources a bit expended. He fought too long with only anti-tank guns, no real armor depot. And again, I also think he might have wanted to, you know, again, not float resources. Again, floating resources is considered a bit bad. And a medic station might also have helped him. In fact, also more mines would have helped him. There we go. GG from Blackdolpin. GG from Pepsi. Well played. Pepsi is certainly the sportsman, and usually tends to be quite friendly and nice. And I mean, rather close. In fact, for a long time I actually thought Pepsi would lose. So I mean, I definitely say that says something about Blackdolpin. But and there we go. But the problem, I suppose, with Blackdolpin was partially there was not enough armor early on. I mean, he stuck around too long with armored cars and with anti-tank guns. Also, more importantly, he did not bother laying down mines about the territory he took, which rather made it much easier for Gopepsilive to counterattack. You know, always mines, mines, mines. In particular for the Americans to protect against the German counterattack. And again, the problem was with Blackdolpin, he did not really prepare for it, and that in the end rather lost him a bit. I mean, also imagine here when Pepsi charged in those armored cars to deal with the 2 anti-tank guns there. If there had been mines, that might have gone completely differently. The anti-tank guns might still have been there, thus ensuring the King Tiger and this Duke could not have advanced. For Pepsi, of course, probably some earlier better placement of the medic bunker And again, I'm not again convinced this was the best start, but in the end though, again, once he shifted towards here, he began doing a lot better, and then he could sort of slightly move forces up here and again, sort of do some fighting there. I mean, those are things to consider. But there you go. Do hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send a replay beyond. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.